Good morning.
Morning.
I don't know which one I'm looking at the most, Josh, the tank or the tash. Don't know which one I'm going to spend most of this morning looking at.
Equally impressive.
We will discuss both. Good morning to you. Rodders?
Good, mate. You all right?
Yeah, is that mine and your wedding photo in the background?
It is,
you need to send me a copy of that. I've lost my copy.
Yeah.
You good?
Yeah, I'm good, mate. Same old.
Good. Know. So, has the tank been shut down and shipped off then, or are you just escaping?
No, afraid it's still there, mate.
Okay, all right. We'll come on to that in a minute. But other than that, you're both all right? Both well?
Yeah.
Having a good
Very
weekend?
well, mate. Very well.
Nice and
Just
toasty?
finished the night shift.
Oh, okay. What were you playing, Scrabble, or what was it, Texas Hold'em today?
No, we were a little bit busy last night, actually.
All right, okay.
Oh, yeah. To and fro.
What, barbecues got out of control by any chance?
Well, we had a barbecue the first night, but then the second night it was kids just messing on.
Oh, dear. Okay. Right, we're just going to do an hour chaps this morning, as we said, on a Sunday. Just have a quick sort of around the table in terms of what's been happening and get the viewers that are watching from home involved in terms of what they'll be doing in their tanks this week. Tank temperatures, though. Any issues this weekend?
None.
No. Okay.
No, windows wide open. It's been pretty good. Get good airflow through the flat, so I've had nothing. But I think we got to I think the highest the temperature's got here is 27. Yeah. So because I've not got tons of light over the tank yet, it's been all right. It's been absolutely fine.
It's looking well, mate. It looks good. We'll come on to that in a minute. Okay, Ian, your tank's all right then? So it's just mine that's getting a bit
very well, mate. Turned the corner. Silicates are gone. Nitrates dropped. Getting colours, getting growth, polyp extension. We're there.
Okay, good.
That's what you want.
Right, let's jump in and say good morning. Johnny boy, good morning. Thanks for joining us. Hope you're good. Have a good weekend.
Morning.
Hope you've got blue skies and, well, I was going to say blue sea in Skeg Vegas. Maybe not. Maybe you're kind of brown variant, but hope you're well, mate. Who else we got in here? Matty boy, Norfolk Reefer. Hope you're good. I haven't got Ron's soundboard, but I'm sure you can imagine what it would sound like. Good morning, baby Dave. Hope you're good. Steve Fox in the house. Good morning. Hope you're good.
Steve-o.
Morning, Steve.
Are you all right with your camera there, Josh? You all right?
Yeah, I'm just trying to get it a little bit higher because I'm sat a bit low, I think. It's a bit better.
There you go. Like you're waiting for your school photograph, mate. Tallest reefer in the UK. Dan's Reef is here. Good morning, Dan. Hope
Big Dan.
Anthony's with us as well. Good morning, Anthony. Hope you're good. Scott McMillan. Happy Sunday to you. Banana Rama is in the house as well. How are you doing?
Happy birthday to the tank.
Good morning. Good morning. Dave's Reef. Thanks for joining us. Sylvester's Reef. Good morning to you too, sir. Thank you very much. Here he is. Reefy Reese, the man himself. Liam's here. Good morning, everyone. Currently sat eating a full English with the family. Massive shout out to my amazing chef, Jasmine. Oof, getting served a full English. That'll bring out some sweats this morning. It's a bit warm up here in Yorkshire.
It's raining here.
Is it? Okay.
Yeah, misty and rainy.
Nice and sunny where I am, mate.
Amanda Davidson is probably on the JD as we're talking. Good morning. Hope you're good, Amanda. What else we got in here? Robert's joined us.
Morning, Rob.
Roberto. I don't know who this is, but Dripping Gaping Hole. Good morning, Dripping Gaping Hole. Good morning, Ronald. Hope you're good.
Cammy.
Melinda. Good evening, Melinda. Nice to see you in the chat. Not seen you for a couple of weeks. Here he is, Terry. Nice to see you last week again. He's coming to the barbecue. Be nice to see you. JC's Reef. Hope you're good. Coming in thick and fast. Spiller's Reef. Good morning. Leah. Hello. There you go. Some offensive language regarding your attire this morning, Ian. Dave Benz is in the house as well.
David,
I don't know what's happening with the temperature. Then if you're in, well, you're not Sunderland, are you?
Yes,
you
Sunderland.
are Sunderland. Okay,
yep.
So you're saying it's raining, and Ronald's saying it's 29 up there today. Everybody's losing their minds.
He's over on the east coast. He's over on the west coast, so isn't he?
West Coast, yeah. You're east, aren't you?
I haven't seen sun for about 10 years.
Yeah. What else we got in here? And we've got Alan. Good morning. Hope you're good.
Morning, Al.
Yeah, Melinda, you've been put on the naughty list. You'll be pleased to know. My thought has been 30. But yeah, it'd be interesting to know what other people's tanks have been in this last couple of days, because I know some people have been posting on Instagram. They've been having some stressful moments in terms of getting temperature down. Do you guys ever have the frozen bottle of RO in the freezer just as an emergency, or do you not believe in that? Do you not think
I've got ice packs that I'll just put in a sandwich bag and do it up. Chuck them in if need be.
Okay. Come on, Ian, with your 40,000 years of reefing.
Got aircon, mate. So,
okay. Of course he has.
No stresses there, then. Okay.
No stress for me, mate.
27.6 in the shop last night, record breaker. Wow.
I know. I was talking to Vince yesterday, and he's been struggling with the heat in the unit.
Yeah.
They've got like 20 chillers on full chat at the moment.
Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah.
What else we got in here? John Wright, 29.2 in my tanks.
Hot. That's very hot.
Yeah,
very
that's
hot.
Borderline deadly.
Yeah, definitely. What's Matty Boy saying? 26.5. That's not too much of a swing, though, is it? 1 degree, 1 and a bit degrees. 26.3. Mine doesn't go over 28. So what's your thoughts on temperature then, just for a minute? What would you say was the... You were saying then, Josh, 29. What's the, I suppose, the, oh dear, we need to do something moment?
I start to worry when it gets to like 27 and a half.
20 what, sorry, Rod?
27 and a half, I'll start to get worried.
Okay. Anything over 28 and it's panic stations, isn't it?
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever had it over 28, if I'm honest. I think I've had it in the 27s a few times, but I've got a decent sized bank of fans that were on the last tank and they did a pretty good job of it.
That's a good point. You can put a fan over your sump if you don't want to look it above your tank, and that works.
Yeah.
That's what I've got downstairs. Yeah, definitely. 28 degrees. Wow. Okay. So some hot tanks. Talking about hot tanks then, Josh, we'll go straight in. Come on. What's happening then? Laguna.
It's finally here, mate. It's finally set up.
Courtesy, let's have a look.
I say courtesy of thanks to Drippy, thanks to Paul at AAC, and obviously thanks to March for sending it over. But yeah, no. I think I spent, I don't know what day it was. I don't know, it was the day after we had the meet or 2 days after, I can't remember. But I started at about 2 in the afternoon. I had to reinforce the stand because the stand's just an IKEA cabinet. I can't remember what type it was.
Yeah.
But the the weight is supposed to be at a maximum hold it's supposed to have is, I think it was 20 kilos. And it had the holding tank sat on there, which was about 60 litres. And it was just a slight lean on it. And I was like, if there's any like nudge on that, it's just going to go, because it's only like fiberboard, isn't it? So I was like, I'm going to have to reinforce this. So I've timbered out the inside, and then this top layer is literally a solid piece of oak that I've wrapped to match the cabinet. And it took me from 2 in the afternoon till 1:30 in the morning, from start to finish, to get the tank closed down, stand reinforced, new tank set up, and everything tidied away again. And it was literally, there was no break as well. I think I stopped for like 15 minutes for some food, and it was just non-stop. But we're going. So, yeah, absolutely over the moon about it.
Are you on an iPad? Are you using an iPad for this? Yep. Can we have a look? Can you give us a bit of a tour? Can we have a look while we're talking about it?
Let's have a go. Right.
If anybody's got any questions for Josh, fire them in the comments.
I'm mirrored, so I'm going to have to try and work out how to move.
You're right.
I'm going to move the wrong way. So you can see the scape there. So we've got a bunch of different islands. The centerpiece is actually a piece of the old scape from the XL200. So all of this aquascape was put in with the rockwork from the previous tank, just to mature it and sort of avoid the ugly stages, which we have done. So I'm absolutely over the moon about that. That middle piece is just staying in there now because it's got a little mushroom tucked into it. It's got the nice green Kenya tree you can see on it, and then there's some soas sat on top of it. So that's just in there for now, just to sort of keep the cycle going a little bit until we put a coral in its place. I would like to put like an acanthophilia in the middle there, like a war paint sort of color one, just as a real nice centerpiece, but we'll see if we can get a hold of one of those. But yeah, we've got little small island on what would be what I'm looking at, left-hand side front. Not sure what I'm going to put on there yet, but the one at the back that you can see on the left-hand side is going to be a little acro mushroom island. So if I come around the side, you can see it's like a bit of a mushroom island. Hang on. Bit of a reflection, but it's like a bit of a mushroom. So there's a nice like overhang on it, nice bit of flow around it. The pom-pom crab I picked up from Finest of the Day has made its home underneath there. Then we've got this back across. this like archway at the back. It's got a nice big bit underneath it there. We're gonna have some torches where you can see the torch I got from the finest competition. Thank you very much, guys.
Oh
for
yeah,
that.
yeah.
Can't see the colours on it very well there, but it's absolutely stunning. Really nice sort of like yellow with blue tips on it, or bluey sort of pinkish tips. Really nice. And there's another little small hammer at the back there. That's going to be sort of torches and hammers. And then maybe we're thinking some soft corals on at the front down here. So you can see we've got the toadstool and the Kenya tree will make its way over to there as well. But yeah, nice low aquascape. So I was a big advocate when I set up the 200 that I needed a nice low aquascape. Just purely because I want to keep the flow moving over the top of the corals. It allows it to move a lot better. And I've got the MP40, and a lot of people will say, yeah, it's overkill, but I've got the MP40 sat on there at the minute. And the reason is I've only got it running at 12%. But the idea is it runs nice and low and slow. So there's pretty much zero pressure on the motor. So you're looking at longevity there. And also the flow pattern it can put out is a lot wider than, let's say, an MP10 or a Nero 3 or something smaller. It's got a much wider flow pattern. So it doesn't have to have as much run time to be able to spread out. So at least then with the wider power head, the flow is nice and wide. And by the time it reaches the other side where the SPS island's going to be, it's going to give that section really good flow.
You're putting some sticks in there. I didn't think you were going to put sticks.
No, so it's going to be fully mixed. So that mushroom island at the back there is going to be sticks. And we're going to have sort of torches, Euphilia and things on the back on this side.
So when you say mushroom island, you mean the shape of the island? Not
yes, sorry, mate. Yeah. It looks like a mushroom. Yeah, it's got the central stem, and then, and I when I was doing the scape, I sort of like I'd looked at a couple of other like sort of reefers and things that I've done lagoons, and there were a lot of like little random arches and shapes, and I've always thought a mushroom island looks quite unnatural, but I thought it looks quite good because it's eye catching. It's a little bit of space for fish to hide underneath, and it allows good flow.
Like a bomb.
So when I was snorkeling in Cyprus, I came across a number of mushroom islands in the sort of shallows, natural scapes, natural like rock work, where it literally did have like a stem coming up and then mushroomed out. It was amazing that there was shapes that I've always considered unnatural when people build scapes, and the amount of different shapes I saw when snorkeling, I was like, there's nothing that anyone does in a reef tank, even your ironing board. You can guarantee you're going to find something like that somewhere. It was amazing. So
maybe in Wilco's, but maybe not in the Mediterranean.
You'll be very surprised.
There's a few questions for you. So obviously, Rama's asking me what size and how much. Now I'm just going to share. Where are we? Share screen. So we talked about this a while ago, didn't we? When you said you were going to be getting one of these. So this is the tank. So it's a Reef Castle tank. Yeah.
Yep.
Talk us through. I know you've said the MP40 then for a second. Talk us through size, equipment. What's in the box?
So when you get the tank, you get the return pump. You get some filter floss, a little bag of carbon. There is a little 3D printed guard for the weir. So it's designed to stop like small fish, inverts, and even like anemones and that getting drawn up into your overflow. I've not got that on there at the minute just because there's no necessity to have it on there. So it's just another piece of equipment I'd have to clean out or clean regularly. So it's not on there at the moment, but you do get an overflow guard for it. I'm trying to think what else you get with it. There's obviously the little, in the overflow chamber, there's like a 3D printed like sort of guard, well not a guard, like shelf that you put down inside that you can sit your floss and things on. It's engraved with the Reef Castle logo, which I think is a really nice touch. You see like a lot of tanks nowadays where they've got like the Red Sea ones have it on the cabinet, water boxes have it engraved on the front, and a few others have it engraved on the front. The Reef Castle one is, you can't even really see it. It's on the back corner up there, and it's just the little logo on the back black plastic. So it's a lot more discreet and it's not as in your face as
on the inside of the tank.
Yeah. So it's not like when you go walking up to it. I'll see if I can get closer again for it. Can you see it just at the?
It's hard to see, mate.
Hang on. There it is.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So even though it's white, you don't really notice it unless you're actually looking for it, which I think is a really nice touch.
Is that going to get coralline algae and stuff grow over it in the end, though?
More than likely, mate. Yeah, but that's up to sort of on you to clean. It depends if you like that. Personally, I like the nice clean back because it gives a real nice contrast on the corals. But yeah, I just think it's a really nice touch. But yeah, you basically don't get everything you need to set the tank up. But you get your return pump, you get your floss, you get your things that are going to help get it running. Then you need to add a heater and some light and a wave maker. But Reef Castle do all of those things. There are all options there for you to buy them. I know AAC have a lot of them in stock as well.
Well, talk about AAC. I'm just going to answer Rama's questions. His question was obviously how much and size. So, that's the one in it, Laguna?
That's
is that
the
right?
one, mate. Yeah.
So if you wanted to buy one of these, $329.99. But you're saying that you would then need to buy additional equipment. Is that right? Sorry.
Not tons, but you would have to buy some. Yeah.
So what we're talking,
it tells you there that they go.
heater?
So, no, you can see.
sorry.
So you can see, have a look.
Yeah.
It's got the list there. Let's see.
Yeah.
Of what you get with it.
Yeah. Okay. So one custom size filter floss, bag of carbon, the mat that you said that it comes on.
Yeah.
You get a return pump, and you get the plumbing for it. So you don't get a heater then, right? Okay.
No. So you literally need
or an ATO.
Yeah, heater, light. I mean, you can top. I've been topping up by hand. I've not got an ATO on it at the minute. I've got one ordered, but I've not got one on there at the minute. But yeah,
you were saying it was worth upgrading the mat for underneath it because it's not the best.
Yeah, the mat was on the thinner side, and the top of my stand isn't like perfectly flat. With it being a piece of actual like solid oak, it was never going to be. It's from an old coffee table that I've sized down to fit the cabinet, so it wasn't perfectly flat. So I've used a piece of an old yoga mat, cut it down to size. So it's a bit thicker, so it just provides a little bit more of a level surface rather than the one that comes pre-attached.
Totally. Are you going to put some fish in this tank, Josh?
I'd like to hope so, mate. Yeah, fingers crossed.
What's on the list? Anything in particular?
I was discussing this when we were at the meet the other day. I'm really keen. I love the idea of having a pair of skunk clowns, pink skunk clowns. I think they're a stunning little pair of fish. Don't get me wrong, they are still a little bit aggressive, but they're less aggressive than your common like perks and ocellaris. But yeah, I've debated just a pair of them. And then
anemone or not?
No, so I was hoping that obviously with the toadstool, they might end up trying to once that grows out a bit, they'll try and host that. So at least then I wouldn't have the issue of a nem wandering around. But yeah, I did debate a pair of those, and then there's also the thought of do I want to go for like sort of a little bit of a mixture, so maybe have like a I can't remember what the name of the blenny is now, the little gold line blenny I think it is or something, where it's the brown one, where it's like a couple of colours. One of those, maybe a little like sort of dragonet or basslet of some sort, because there's a couple of
sounds like Rodders' twisty ras.
Oh god, yeah.
All off, mate. Boring now, isn't it? So what about like red spot cardinals or something like that for like a little shoal?
Yeah, mate, a shoal of cardinals was one of the options.
Have you seen the little red spot ones?
Yeah.
Yeah, they stay quite small as well.
Yeah, that's the point, is that the fact that there's such a small tank. I say such a small tank, it's still nearly 60 centimeters wide and then about 50 front to back. So it's a decent footprint, but obviously the water volume is quite small. And the idea is to sort of have a bit of scale with it.
Of course.
So yeah, cardinals have been an option for quite a while. I was debating cardinals when I had the XL200, but then when it came to closing it down, I thought there's no point in even looking at fish now. We'll wait until we're set up and running.
Yeah. Cardinals are pretty as well, aren't they?
Is anybody in the comments?
Emperor cardinals, the black and white ones.
Yes.
Yeah. I don't know if those ones get a touch bigger though. I can't remember.
Yeah, they don't get massive.
Has anybody got any suggestions in the audience what Josh should put in his tank? Please don't say shark.
I was literally about to say someone's going to say a shark or something.
Put it in the comments for us. A few other questions for you. Melinda's asking you, sorry mates. Melinda's asking you, AI blade, glow or grow?
If it's it's the blue one, so it'd be the grow, I believe.
Okay.
But this isn't going to be the forever light. This is the light that I had over the holding tank, and it's staying on there for now because I've got the stand for it. It's nice and low profile.
What are you going to upgrade to?
I'm going back to the radions that I've already got. It's just a case of making a mount for them that's nice and discreet, because part of the reason that I sort of fell out of love with the previous tank was it looked too industrial above it. And even though I wanted to try and have that sort of sleek, low profile look, it didn't end up working out how I wanted, and I wasn't happy with it. So I need to come up with a way of mounting the radions, and it's going to be two XR15s, which is massively overkill. But again, if we're looking at sort of like the way we're moving with lighting now, it's big sheets of light that we're trying to replicate, sort of T5s and things. Like Tom's Stratton, he's got in the tank behind yours as well, Rodders. You've got the Strattons over yours. Same principle. I want lots of light over a large surface area, but then obviously I could just dial them right down, which will also mean that the fans won't come on hardly ever, which will keep the noise down to a minimum as well. Which is
talking to I was talking to a friend of mine a couple of weeks ago. He's just
Liar.
upgraded from the... Sorry, mate.
Liar. So when did you get friends? Come on.
Yeah, basically, he bought a Red Sea. What tank was it? Peninsula, and it come with hydras, and he upgraded to the Stratton. He said night and day difference.
Yeah, definitely.
Like I've been a big advocate of like covering the whole surface of your tank with light for such a long time.
Blanket coverage.
Yeah. But everyone raised about how good T5s were in terms of what they did for coral growth, coloration, and the reason for that is because it's pretty much replicating the sky. You're getting light from every single angle, and I don't think you can beat it.
On my display tank downstairs,
you got another tank.
If you fancy that, if you, because of now the corals have grown out. Well, they've grown from obviously frags to mini colonies, whatever you want to call them. If I had to ask you to point where you thought the brace bar was, you would probably get it every time because of the growth, as in the corals have grown in a different way because they've not been getting as much light, and it's really becoming very noticeable now. I know that's dependent on probably species and height and where you've positioned it and flow and very other variables, but it is quite obvious that certain corals are doing a lot better under direct light, like you're saying, as opposed to kind of shaded, sort of sheltered areas. But no, and it's looking good, mate. You must be happy with it. You've been itching to get a tank for a bit, haven't you?
Yeah, mate. Like I was just sitting there constantly staring at that just box or glass box of rock, effectively, and it was like it's great. It sat there because there's something in the house, but it just was not nice to look at. And the more time went on, the more I started to get a little bit disillusioned and think, is this going to turn out how I wanted to? Am I still enjoying it as much as I think? And now it's up and running, and I've got it sat there and looking at it. I think, this has got the potential to be something sort of really quite smart.
Got some suggestions for you. Mantis Shrimp, Anemone, Humbug Damsels.
So Charlotte, I looked at the Allen's damsels, the blue and yellow ones.
Yeah, Allen's are pretty. I've had them before.
Yeah, I was debating a little shoal of them. They were an option. There was I did think, because my favourite fish in the hobby is the dwarf flame angel, and I did debate just having that as a solo one and just feeding the life out of it to try and keep it away from the corals. But knowing how big they get, I just think it would be cruel to try and, because I wouldn't want to part with it again. And knowing how big they get, if it grew quickly with feeding it a lot, I'm looking at having to shift it on again within a couple of years. So.
Hello, Mo.
Morning.
Which Mo's that from?
It's the one from. He's in Bristol today.
Oh.
Yeah, he's relocated. Ron said he makes mushroom islands under the covers most morning. Thanks for that.
Cheers, Ron.
Kalani King, good morning to you. Hope you're good. Let's have a look. Any more suggestions for Ron? For Josh, even Mantis Shrimp. No, I've said that. Behave yourself. How you get? No more. Okay. It's nice to see you've got a tank in the back. What's the missus have to say about it? Did you think that you'd done with reef tanks and the flat was going to be a no fish zone, or?
Well, I think she knew that I was never going to get rid of them, and I think she knew I wouldn't have been happy if I didn't have one. But as soon as she came on and saw this one and the water had cleared, and it was obviously cloudy for the first sort of 36 hours, I turned around and went, I actually really like that. And it wasn't a case of that's better than the last one and it's tolerable. Actively likes it. And I'm a little bit shocked by that. But with the part I did say, I think I said to a couple of the people down at the meet the other day, I think it was Matt I was talking to, and his wife. We were talking about having lots of inverts and things in there because she's setting up a small cube in the house. Or she's got a small cube running in the house, and she's she's putting lots of inverts in there, just making it interesting. And that's part of what I'm doing with this. We've got the porcelain crab in there. We've got loads of different snails, hermits. Got the pom-pom crab in there. We're going to have a cleaner shrimp in there, and I think I've got a little nudibranch in there, some little black and white nudibranch. There's the urchin as well, and it's just going to be lots of just random interesting things.
Don't you think with a lot of the inverts these days, people just see them as a sort of a filtration solution? Yeah, and once they're in, they forget about them and might see them every now and again. I think when you go to a smaller size tank, I did especially with these having the skunk, the skunk,
cleaner shrimps.
Cleaner shrimps, thank you, in here. It makes you, I suppose, engage a little bit more with that sort of animal because it's a smaller tank, so you get to see it more often. Whereas if you've got a bigger display tank, you put a load of urchins or snails in, you tend to see them and forget about them.
Yeah, they're just part of your cleanup crew. Yeah,
exactly.
But I think with it being, like you're saying, it being a smaller tank, yes, I mean, in theory, you could try and scale them up in a bigger tank and put lots more in there, and then they would catch your attention a bit more. But because of the size of them, they get a little bit lost compared to sort of fishing things. Whereas in this,
I love the cleaner shrimp. When you put food in, the cleaner shrimp come out. You know, my kids love it.
They scare the hell out of me. Whenever I put my hand in the tank, they're straight on it.
Yeah,
my hands trying to eat like I don't know, whatever on my fingers.
Dead skin.
Yeah, dead skin.
Yeah,
well, that's what they do, isn't it?
There'll be some derogatory comment in a minute on my fingers in a second. I know exactly where it'll come from. So, and he's grinning right now. Anyway, I'm waiting for it. But no, you're happy with it. It looks good. Can I just ask quickly before we move on to rodders, what are you dosing on it? What's the plans for sort of, you know, what's your methodology going to be on it?
So again, like I've said from the start, this tank is marketed at beginners. Obviously, I've got the platform to be able to share it with a lot of people. And the whole idea is I want something nice and simple that I can maintain in the house, and then go about and do other things in life. And I also want to make it obvious to other people that you don't have to have these massive, expansive setups. So we're going with the ATI Essentials Plus rather than the Pro. The Plus being that it doesn't affect pH as much. It's inorganic, so you won't have that drop in pH. And then I'm going to be running the MP backdoor balance just to try and keep the nitrate, a little bit of carbon dose, and to keep the nitrates and phosphates in check. And then I'm going to be using the what's it called? Hang on, I'll grab it. Because I noticed that my growth massively improved and the colours improved when I had it in the last tank, and I've done a lot of research into sort of coral feeding. The Easy Reefs Easy Booster. And it's because it's got the, I can't remember which, Isocrisis galbana, and that's the most readily consumed of all of the phytoplanktons, and the corals have the highest response in terms of feeding and growth to Isocrisis. A lot of people, like obviously Nanachloropsis is the most commonly used in the hobby, but the absorption rate and usage of that is far lower than Isocrisis. So that's why I went for that. So we're having 4 dosing heads, we're having the 2 for elements, and then we're having 1 for food and 1 for nitrate and phosphate control, and that is going to be it. I'll obviously be feeding fish along the way, and I have got some other bottles of food like the Fauna Marin Min S, and there's a couple of other different ones I've got there that if I'm fancying it, I might just drip a little bit in. But for the whole part, it's going to be 4 dosing heads, those things set up. And again, for the MP backdoor balance, you don't have to have it on a doser. For the elements, you don't have to have it on a doser. And even the Easy Reefs, you don't have to have it on a doser. It's just for my convenience. But
and you're using that because you've already got it, aren't you?
The Easy Booster, yeah, I've got it. But even if I didn't have it, I would be getting it just because of obviously what
I mean, the dosing pump, because obviously you're saying this is a budget
Sorry, mate,
tank.
yes.
You're saying it's a budget tank. So if you'd have not got that, you'd be literally to stay on that kind, to stay in sync with what you're saying with budget, you'd have just done it manually, I'm assuming, manually dose. Okay. Yeah. So Melinda's asking if you're going to strap on a Apex and a Trident along with it.
Nope.
For a budget tank. Again, you're using equipment you've already got, otherwise you've probably used
And that's the sort of point that obviously I know I'm going to be using Radions and I know I'm going to be having Ecotech Versus. It's because I've already got them. But I like, in my opinion, like don't get me wrong, it's a lovely light to have. It looks great and it's nice to use. But as long as your corals are getting light in the correct spectrum and par, you're going to see good results. If you're going to manually dose things, as long as you're doing it accurately, you're going to see results. And that's the sort of key takeaway, that yes, I might be using higher end equipment because I already have it, but second-hand equipment and lower cost equipment can be just as effective when used in the right way. And that's the sort of message I'm going to really try and put across with it. If you want to use the nicer stuff, feel free to do it. You won't regret it, but you can definitely achieve success with the lower end equipment.
Good. Looking forward to seeing it progress, mate, and develop. Definitely. Ian, it looks like you've been locked in your bedroom. Is that your mum then telling you that you can come out in half an hour if you finish your homework?
No, the missus is we just booked a holiday, mate. First holiday without kids, so
nice, good stuff. So come on then. Thanks, Josh, for that. Appreciate that. It's looking good. Yes, like I say, we'll definitely be following that on socials. Rodders, what's happening then?
Nothing, mate. Just the silicates have finally died a death. Yeah, finally. Getting coralline algae on the rock now. Getting full polyp extension. The nitrates are dropped. Getting colours back in the corals now. Starting to enjoy it again now.
Because last time we spoke and you came on, you were saying to us all that you were adamant you were going to take all the rock out, and Mo Magic, who was in the comments, was trying to say to you, you need to be patient. And
some things obviously happened that stopped me from doing what I would normally do. Like obviously, obviously we spoke about Vince and bits and pieces. So obviously, I couldn't get over there, and then 1 week turned into 2 weeks, 2 weeks turned into 3 weeks, and before you knew it, I tested, and everything was dropped, and I was like, okay, fair enough. So I'm just going to leave it as is. Going to go shopping on Monday.
Yeah,
get some more bits. Yeah.
Go on. What's on the list? Anything? Because we can't see the tanks. You're obviously been banished upstairs to your bedroom.
I'm going to get. There's a couple more stags I'm after.
Yeah.
I want to get an Aquapora Florida as well.
Okay. Greeny one. Neon greeny one.
Sorry, mate.
Green coral, green SPS.
Yeah, the green furry one.
Green.
Yeah.
Is that the one that's commonly? Is that the one that's? Sorry, is that the one that's commonly sort of seen as a slimer sometimes?
No.
No. Which
so
one's
the
that
slimer
one?
is obviously a stag, and Florida's the one that grows sort of tabling.
Like the green one I've got here.
I don't know. Can't really. Maybe, yeah.
Let's have a look. If I could chuck you on that. I'm sure it's the one I got off Vince when I came with you. That one.
Might well have been, actually, to be honest with you.
Ooh.
Yes. That's it.
Yeah, that one I left before me, and that one that I actually propped up before me and Drip went to the States, and then I came back and it had fallen over, and it's based onto the rock.
It's actually, I think it's actually better like that, mate, because that's more or less how they grow in the wild anyway.
Yeah.
That's a good that.
Yeah.
So you're going to buy some more corals, silicates are down, you're happy with the tank then? Anything else to report?
Everything's going well, yeah. Obviously next time I'll send you a load of pictures, but yeah, I've got an Abro, the same as yours, that's absolutely growing like stupid.
Yeah, it is. I mean, this one, I know we talk about it on the Friday somewhere. Let me show you again. It is really on that point there.
Yeah, they're lovely.
Really start to take off now. You can see
that's really nice.
See how yours has just got one branch with the new white growth tips. Mine, every branch is probably twice that length with new growth tips.
All right, no need to have a grow.
Oh, I don't know. He's got 4 growth tips. I can see
thanks, Josh. Thanks, Josh, mate. Yeah, thanks, Josh.
Tom, send us a piece of it.
Do you know what, Tom? just looking at where it's positioned in the tank, it's like it hasn't got as much light there as everything.
I can see what you mean. There's a bit of shading on the right hand side of it because it's off center, isn't it?
It's off center. That might be why. Yeah, I'll have a play around with it, with the light. But to be fair, I have to talk to Ron with the lighting as well. I've changed the height a little bit because it was a little bit lower. I've lifted it up a couple more inches. So, but yeah. So you're buying some corals. You've got no silicates. We can't see your tank. You're locked in your bedroom. Okay, moving on. Okay. Is anybody
still on the NIOS?
Oh, that's a good question. Yeah.
Sorry, mate.
Yeah. Are you still using the NIOS?
Yeah, the consumption.
How have you found that so far?
It's gone up. The consumption's gone up, so that's how I know everything's growing as well. So I'm doing I think it's 39 mil a day of each now.
Oh, Melinda, I love you too. I think she's referring to me as gorgeous and hairy. Thank you very much, love.
Take your hat off. Don't think she is.
Sorry,
you're still on the NIOS then? You still loving
it?
Yeah,
loving it, mate. Yeah? Loving it. pH is holding lovely. Yeah, it's all it's all doing really well.
Good. Anybody in the comments bought anything this weekend? Fish related, reefing related? Let us know.
How's your tank doing with your flatworms, Tom?
I've dipped them again yesterday. Nothing else came off with the torches. That's what you're referring to.
It is.
I was saying this.
What are they, just the common ones, like the brownie red ones?
No, these are more the transparent ones. See if I've got
big.
See if I've got the video from last Sunday. Let me see if I can show you. Where are we? Here we go. So this was. You see it. This was one I pulled off. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I see it now. It's quite long, isn't it?
It is
huge, and there were a number of them, weren't there?
Yeah. Number. Yeah.
The size of that.
That's it.
It's funny. Dave Bensley also had the flatworms as well, and his were Acropora ones.
Yeah,
they were absolutely massive.
Yeah,
like could not believe how big they were. He's been absolutely hammering his tank to sort it out, and I think it's impressive how quickly. Bearing in mind he's got a number of acros in there, it's a decent sized tank, and he said it was like a cloud storm when he was blasting them all off to start with. And he said now he's going through daily with a power head and just blasting every coral.
Yeah.
He's dipped them a couple of times, and he says he can't see any now. He's got a couple of fish in that eat flatworms, and he's not seen any for over a week. I think now he's absolutely hammered it and done really well to sort of get him in check quite quickly.
Well, that's what I was saying. I'm finding out. I mean, the beauty of this tank is literally the size of it and the height of it because it's so accessible. So it encourages you. Well, I'm going to sound like contradict myself. It does encourage you to sort of put your hand in more, which isn't necessarily a good thing. But what I'm trying to say is it's easier to lift things out and dip them and put them back in. So look, I am going to put the torches on some little tiles. I know Dave Eamer was recommending getting some little. You know what you did with your skate with the little tubes, put them in the rock.
Yeah.
So I can take them out.
That's what I've done with this one.
Yeah, the thing is, not all of them are on plugs, so I'll have to put them on plugs to then put them on that sort of system.
Yeah,
it's something that I'm going to do. I just don't want to do it yet until I'm completely happy that everything, coast is clear, sort of thing.
Yeah.
But so I've never really had to deal with. I've never really, again, something I keep talking about. I've never really had euphily. It's never really been, other than the early days when you were getting frog before torches even were in the hobby. Torches weren't really about. It was more your frog spawns and the odd hammer. But then talking about dipping corals, people never even talked about it. It wasn't something when I first got in the hobby that people talked about. So you look back now and you think maybe I've lost so many corals, not just from silly mistakes, but maybe from having pests that I didn't even know I'd got or knew how to treat for. I should say. But such is life.
I'd say these are my first two Euphilia as well.
Yeah.
And I've never had them. I've always loved the look of them, but it's always one of those things that I'm never really going to manage with loads of sticks. And now I thought, you know what, we're just going to do it. And considering it's a nano tank as well, where there's going to be more chance of warfare, but
yeah, definitely.
We'll see how we go.
Definitely. Kalani King, I bought some dying corals I'm trying to save at a discount price. Oh, tell us what you got, mate. Give us a breakdown. Reefy Reese, I bought loads the past couple of weeks. He likes to spend money. He's worse than me. 24 karat gold, Cristata torch. Oof, bet that was pricey. Holy Grail torch, Lobo, Symphilia, Cineria, Gonis. Cinerina, sorry, yeah. I never know how to say that one. That's the little sort of buttony looking one, isn't it?
Yeah, I think so.
I know which one you mean. Oh, got them all cheap. Nice, bargain. Morning, Steve. Hope you're good. Not quite tank related, but I'm swapping out my consumer unit today for an aircon install on Monday. Nice. So no more high tank temperatures. Yes. Got the torch for 119. Bargain. That's cheap. Very good. Very nice. Well, I was meant to be fragging yesterday. I was meant to be doing loads of frags yesterday, but I actually looked at the sump and I was like, I can't make any frags because I've got nowhere to put the corals in the sump.
What's that from the main display?
Yeah. I know you want some. You can wait. Yeah, I know.
Send me a list. I need some soon.
I've not got a list. I'm just going to literally, excuse me, I'm literally just going to frag a sort of half a dozen to a dozen off every, sort of coral that's, because I've got quite a few now that are starting to outcompete with each other in terms of, in terms of space or real estate. So, yeah, I'm going to have to start fragging. But what would you say was minimum frag size? An inch? What's a frag? I'd say
inch. Yeah, inch.
I'd say an inch.
I was very against the whole when people were like putting like a couple of polyps on a frag plug.
Yeah.
And it's not. I mean, you do see it in this country. There's one vendor that I can think of. I'm not going to bother naming him. That does do the most minuscule frags you ever see, but his prices are low, and that's why he does it. And I part of me was always very like, stop being tight and make bigger frags for people. But if we're talking about accessibility and making the hobby cheap for people, sometimes it's not always the worst thing in the world.
Well, I think for me it depends on growth rate as well, because I mean, to be fair to Ron, he's bought a battery backup this week. I mean, he got a bargain on that on the AI Amazon Prime week. Ron's frags are fairly big sizes, but again, I think it depends on the coral, because I mean, I have got some corals in the sump that do grow. I need to have a word myself here. Do grow significantly quicker than others, so they are sort of what people would say I don't know, mini colony or whatever. You know, really like your Poeciloporus stylophores, not your digis. But there are some sort of acros that just they just take twice as long. So would you then go, well, if I'm giving out frags at this size, does everything have to be to scale? Probably not.
Yeah.
What we got here? I picked up a new Apex Neptune magnetic chrome holder. Nice. Took your advice. The sockets fit. You can never have enough sockets in this hobby. How are you fixed with the Laguna, Josh? What you got plugged in then? Obviously,
a lot less than the XL200, which I am thrilled about. I think on that tank I had, and bearing in mind that some of them were on like an adapter, so you could get 2 in. I had 22 sockets on that.
Wow.
Yeah, running off of 3 sockets out of the wall, because it was 2 8s and a 6 gang leads. Well, one was the GHL one. So there were a lot of sockets on that, and I've taken one of the 8s away, and I've still got, I think, 5 sockets left over. Bearing in mind that I've planned in for the lights already, so I think I've still got 5 sockets left over with what have I got? 8 plus 6, 14. So yeah, I'm using 9 at the minute, and it won't increase. That will be the limit.
Wow. A few other people getting battery backups this week. I've got a jam. I've got a generator in the garage. That's what I've got. So yeah,
I've still got the Ecotech one.
Oh, have you? The battery backup? Yeah.
A couple of years old now, but I think with those sorts of things, it wouldn't be a bad idea to test it every now and then and just unplug things and see how long it goes for. But at the same time, you don't want to deep cycle batteries. You don't want to run it all the way down to 0. So you've got no way of knowing when you're at, let's say, because you shouldn't go below 20% with batteries. You've got no way of knowing when it's at 20%. So I don't necessarily want to do it. And I have unplugged the MP40 a few times and it's carried on running. So I know there's power in it. Yeah. So I'm not overly concerned. I'm like, I'll let it run when it needs to. And I'd like to think that it would maybe give me a couple of hours. So it's just a bit of a time saver.
Reefer East. So he's got his torch. It was hand delivered for cash by the Coral Company. Never heard of them.
I think I've seen them on Instagram.
Oh, is it Instagram? Are they?
I think they've got an Instagram account. I don't know. I can't remember what they're on, but yeah, I do know they're on.
Ronald's going to be adding another battery backup soon. Oh dear, CNC Reefs. Damn near lost everything in my tank. What happened, man? You'll have to tell us. I'm assuming it might be temperature related, but correct me if I'm wrong. Sorry to hear that, mate. I'm just switching stuff off to save electricity. Bills jumped another £40 a month. Crikey. Ooh. Yeah. Apex Neptune finally back in Australia after many years. Sorry, mate. Let's have a look. Hang on, let me put it on big screen. So is this the one, Reefer East? Is that who it was? Coral Company TCC? If so, let us know. Other people can jump on board. Okay. Let me take you off. Okay. I'm working on having my tank fully solar powered by the end of the year. Okay. Yeah, we've got solar panels on the house, but they don't really do that much of a difference, to be fair. We get a little bit of cash back, but I won't say it makes a massive difference to running the tank. I did see strip. Yes, I did see it was Reef Doc did it. He drilled it out, didn't it? It was a wheelchair battery. Yeah, wheelchair battery. Yeah, I remember that. A few other people talking in the comments. They have some amazing A-cans. Okay, I'll have to have a look at that. Yeah, that's them. So that's the right one, Josh. Reef Reese is saying.
So yeah.
Yeah, fair enough. Yes.
I don't think anyone. I'd be hesitant to say they're better than Rondo's Aan Garden, because that is the most spectacular. I don't think there's a better Aan Garden that I've seen.
Ooh.
I keep sharing every time he puts his tank up, like a full shot of his tank. I keep sharing it on the Instagram.
Yeah, run for the win.
It's so impressive. Yeah, it's underrated. It doesn't get talked about enough. Yeah. If that was in America, mate, you'd have every single channel jumping at the opportunity to come and get videos of it.
Yeah, definitely. Just a shame it's a Scot, isn't it? But such is life. Love you, Ron. Okay. So what are the next? I know you're talking about fish, Josh. What are the next steps then for you, Rodders? Are you going to buy some more? What's the plan for the tanks then moving forward?
I'm just gonna buy a load more corals and just watch it all grow out. There's not really any more fish I need to get.
Okay.
Yeah. There's not really a lot more I need to get for it, obviously, apart from corals.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Just
That is the plan.
That is the plan.
Yeah, and enjoy it, mate.
Yeah. You set an ICP off recently?
3 weeks ago was the last one.
Okay. Nothing, no concerns?
No, perfect. Everything's been stable.
Nice. Good. Sorry, Josh, what's the plans now?
So obviously there's a couple of corals in there already. They all seem fairly content. I did, so obviously when I started this tank up, I think the total water volume I've got in there is 78 litres because I did 40 litres of new salt water, 40 litres from the old display. And I had to, once the rock and the sand had gone in, I had to take 2 litres out. So 78 litres, I did, obviously it was 50% new volume the other day, and I did another 50% change yesterday or the day before. So we're rocking now in terms of, the water should be perfect. There shouldn't be any issues in terms of parameters. So now I'm going to look, and I know that the bacterial levels in the tank will be absolutely spot on because the rock's been cured for so long and it's got seasoned rock in there. I'm hesitant to call it live rock. I've been thinking about this for a long time. I'm hesitant to call it live rock. I would say aquacultured rock is probably a safer word to use. I think unless we're introducing something from the ocean, I think we should be, especially after seeing what I've seen snorkeling. I was talking to Dave Bensley about it, and he does a lot of scuba diving. If you picked up a small piece of rock rubble from the sea, I think I've got some pictures actually. The amount of life on that compared to what a tank raised piece of rock, shall we say, is totally different. So, but I know the tank it should be fairly stable now. Parameters should be pretty good. So it'll be a case of now getting the hold of the essentials, getting them online, and obviously measuring my parameters and starting to reintroduce corals. I want to try and introduce them fairly quickly, get the stock levels up nice and quick, because again, that does introduce different bacterial strains, which will help diversify the tank as a whole. So effectively try and get it stocked as quickly as possible now, over the next sort of 2 weeks, hopefully. I need to visit Dave Bensley because I know he's got a couple sat there for me to put back in the tank. So
I'll post you some up. I've not posted in a long time. I'll post you some up. Not a problem.
I'm just going to give you an example of a piece of live rock. Like, look at the amount of life on that, and you can see from the scale of my hand how tiny a piece of rock that was, and that's live rock. And I see a lot of people posting about live rock on sort of social media and Facebook and things like that, saying, "Oh, I've got live rock." Remove
while he has a domestic with his mum for not tidying his bedroom or whatever's happening in the background. Leave him
locking him in there.
Locking him in.
Like I keep seeing people will like post on like marketplace and things as they are live rock for sale. It's sat in my garden currently, and I'm like, well, that's not live rock. And I think we've sort of lost a bit of the idea of what true live rock is. And I think we do need to have a bit of a distinction between it. If you've got rock from the ocean, it's live rock. If you've got rock from a tank that's been in a tank for a number of years, aquaculture rock, I think maybe is a safer way of saying it.
Yeah, definitely.
So I think there does need to be a little bit of a distinction there, because I think a lot of people, someone might grab a piece of rock from someone's tank that's been running for 3 months and think, well, I put live rock in. Why is my tank struggling, or why is it, going through an ugly stage?
Or seeded, maybe.
Yeah. And I think we do need to sort of maybe make a bit of a distinction with that, because I think, bearing in mind that mine's rock that's over 2 years old and I've managed to avoid the ugly stages, maybe we talk about that year, don't we? Once you hit the year mark, tanks tend to stabilize. So I think, I think that's something that, if we're talking about trying to get people into the hobby, making that distinction with the rock, and in terms of getting a tank running and, avoiding the uglies and making it desirable from the start, I think that's quite a big part to play in it.
Definitely. I made the Niles tank behind me too clean. So I've been doing water changes on it. Probably, I was getting to the point with, obviously, with it being on camera, I'm not lying, with it being on camera, I put a little bit more effort in its appearance than I do the one downstairs, because that's not...
It's understandable.
It's understandable. Like anybody...
Was you running a roller mat and stuff on that, Tom?
No, I don't use roller mats. I know that's quite sort of controversial, but
no, there's a lot of people.
I think they can take too much out.
Too much nutrients.
I think for water clarity, definitely. For that crystal gin clear look, brilliant. But I've just found especially downstairs with the amount of corals that are in now and the growth, that I find that when I've run one before on my 8-foot system, I tended to have issues with nutrient levels. So I just use a piece of floss. So literally, I cut the floss downstairs, and because of how wide the it's 2 foot the sump filter chamber downstairs is, I end up with a bit of a leftover when I cut it, and I used just basically cut the leftover into a little square, and that's what I put on the nails.
Do you find that when the floss gets built up and you've got to change it though, as you lift it out, loads of crap comes back out and goes into the water column into the sun?
No, not really. No. What I do find though is if you put too much, I have problems with that's the Tunsy one, isn't it? Or Toons. Is that the green one?
No, mate. I literally bought this. It's like a white top on it and a green bottom.
Oh, sorry.
I bought that off eBay, one. Big roll of it when I had the 200, because I ran that. It was like a floss sheet over the socks. I bought that, cut it down to size, and then and then I've just recycled it on this tank. I've just cut it down to size, and the floss pads they give you for the tank are like thick floss pads. I've got the box of me here actually, and I literally just put this on the bottom, so the nice big thick floss pad. Yeah, that goes on the bottom, and then that sits over the top.
Yeah, that's similar to like I was saying. I just literally have offcuts from what I cut for downstairs, and that's literally what I cut. And I just get that. And this is actually, I've been buying it through Amazon for God knows how long. And it turns out it's from Finest, because it's Finest Filters. It's their online shop.
Do you bin it?
Do I what?
Do you bin it? As soon as you finish it, do you bin it?
I do bin it. I don't reuse it. I do bin it. But I'll tell you what else I have found that is really good with it to use it for, which sounds a bit bonkers. Not necessarily when it's been used, but it's really good for cleaning the inside of the tank.
Yeah, it is. Yeah,
really good.
It's a floss
for getting in. Yeah, it's just really good for getting in in between the silicone and like in other areas. So rather than using the scourer, I just use that, and it's really good.
Yeah, this stuff here, I've cut maybe 10 squares of it or something, and I'll just put it in, like the beer pong cups. Yeah, I've got a whole load of them that I use for like different things. I just keep them there, like a stack of them, and I'll just put the dirty ones in that with a little bit of fresh water, so it doesn't stink the place out. And when I do a water change, I'll just blast them off with the shower head. Yeah, they come up. Look how clean that is. Like, there's no. You know what I mean? Like, when I change the, like Ian was saying, when I take it out, it is obviously full of crap. But then when I do a water change, like I was saying a minute ago, I've kind of slowed down a little bit on them now, because I'm having to dose phosphate. She's like, what? I'm having to dose phosphate because I've been literally bottoming out on it. But yeah, when I've emptied it out, I tend to use them for cleaning the skimmer cup. They're just really good. It's just really, I don't know why for years I've always thrown the floss away and then used another piece of material to clean something with, but I could just use the floss. Anyway, there we go. But no, it's been all right. We made it a bit clean, and then we had issues with the lighting, so I was messing around with the lighting a little bit. So we had a little bit of, as Ian would call it, Dino on the sand. But
dinosaur, mate.
That's the one. But no, seemed to be all right. I was checking the RO. Did the last ICP I did.
Do you know what's funny, Tom?
Go on.
All the haters that said you'll never grow corals on that.
I know, but you know the funniest thing is, right? I don't
understand what the logic is in that.
I said that to Jeremy on Saturday. He pulled a funny face. But no, I'm going to move a few bits because I do want to. What are you giggling at?
Rodders has a helicopter outside, and he's done the typical bloke thing of what's that out there.
He's got the Chinook, like one of them double-bladed military helicopter.
Yeah,
he's got the attention span of a gnat this morning.
Thing.
Oh dear. So what list has she given you then, Rodders? You've got to wash the car, clean the kitchen.
No, I'm going for a pub lunch, mate.
All right, okay.
And then the football's
I think you've been a naughty boy and you're locked in your bedroom. What you showing me here? Yeah. But no, I was saying with the knife type, I'm going to start thinning it down. So I'm going to start changing some of the corals because there's too many bits in here. And I was saying this on Friday night. I want to just get bigger, corals to grow bigger and less of them. So for real estate purposes, I mean the pink, pink calendron that Paul Hughes gave me, which is growing really well there. You can see bottom sort of right hand corner.
That's a lovely coral.
That's a lovely coral when it's grown out. So I want that to get quite big. Obviously, I've got the Abro at the back that I want to keep. The Florida's not going anywhere because that's like well and truly based out. But I think I might move a few others. A few of the frags I picked up on Saturday. I'm just going to look at color combination really and see what goes with what.
Is that the bird's nest? Is there another bird's nest in the middle, Tom? The green one, or is that a Tobacco or Poslopora or something? Dead center.
Dead center.
Yeah, literally just there, right in the middle.
What, the stag? This one?
No. Front center. Like
this one.
This one. When you're saying this one, I don't know what you're.
Sorry, that one.
Down.
Yeah.
That one, right in the middle there. What's that?
That's the Florida one that Rodders was on about earlier.
That's got so many like little heads on that, or like little tips on that. Yeah.
Yeah.
That almost looks like the.
Go on.
Is it the Caliendrum or the Guitartus or something like that? It looks really similar to that. If it's like when it's like really hairy.
Well, it's more of it's definitely not a
no. I believe it. I'm saying
it's not a Seriatopora. It's definitely an acro. They're all acro, but you know what I mean. Definitely an acro. Anyway, yes. So there we are. An hour Sunday. Thanks for coming on and sharing, gentlemen. I think it's fair to say we'll wrap it up there. Ian is desperate to get downstairs and get to the pub.
No, mate, I was absolutely busting to go to toilet.
Toilet.
Thanks for your contribution, Ian. Next week you'll be you'll have something to show us about your tank. I hope.
I will definitely have lots more to show you next week.
Good. But no, thanks for coming on. Thanks for the 40 odd of you that are tuned in this Sunday to give us an hour of your time. Hope you've enjoyed it. Enjoy the rest of your weekend, what's left. Enjoy the sunshine, and we'll see you next Friday. Take care for now. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Hi, Anand here from Collector's Corals. I'll be joining Tom on Reefers Network next Friday, July 18th. Hope to see you there. Thank you.